homeowners out there can get some, DEP can give them some relief where they can start process of trying to get some sand back under their homes. Hopefully we can get through that today. Anyway, again, thank you for coming out. We'll waive everything this morning. Mr. Butler, are you going to take the lead on this?
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Attorney has the details
All right.
of the local state of emergency, but I want to say this.
Sure.
We did on the agenda, we placed Cape Shoals 2 and local state of emergency. This local state of emergency, the board so chooses to declare a local state of emergency, it will allow anyone that had damage due to that tropical storm. So not only Cape Shoals 2, but anyone else that may.
Oh, and anyone else.
Mr. Attorney has what we need to talk about.
All right. Well, let's drop over to the attorney. Good morning, Jeremy.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Good morning. In front of each of you, you have a local state of emergency that's been prepared. And then after that, we have a resolution authorizing the staff on your behalf to move forward and work with state officials and the applicants that come through under this local declaration of emergency from Tropical Storm Cindy. If I can, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, I'll hit the high points of the declaration, answer any questions you have, and then, if you would, consider it for your adoption. It's the Gulf County local state of emergency for Tropical Storm Cindy, whereas the emergency conditions exist due to the effects of the June 2017 tropical storm weather event, and whereas Gulf County has been previously activated for similar events pursuant to the local state of emergency proclamation, the authorization issued by the Gulf County Board of County Commissioners, thereby issuing themselves and the administration and their representatives the powers, authorities, and duties to take any and all action under the plan necessary for the preservation of the health, welfare, and safety of the people and property of Gulf County. It's whereas the authority and the instructions provided by this board shall include to direct all local and jurisdictional agencies under this county to place any and all available resources under the authority of the director, the county administrator, as needed to meet this emergency. Specifically, whereas under Florida Statute 161, it provides Gulf County the authority to act immediately to assist for the protection of private structures and public infrastructure from damage or destruction caused by coastal erosion, and it is determined that such structures are vulnerable to damage from such erosion and coastal storm. Additionally, whereas Florida Statute 161 enables the department to authorize several emergency measures, including but not limited to the protection of the beach dune systems, siting and design of protective structures, preservation of public beach access, protection of the coastal vegetation, and nesting endangered species. It goes on, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, to state today's date, the actions you are preparing to take for the local state of local emergency, and for your consideration, July 12th, 9 a.m. continues in effect for the period going forward. If you do adopt this declaration, then I'll read you a resolution authorizing administration and the staff to move forward to take specific measures.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Gentlemen, for the attorney, entertain a motion.
Motion.
Have a motion by Commissioner McCrone, second by Commissioner Rogers. Any further board discussion? Anyone in the audience with any discussion or concerns? Not? No opposition to this motion. The motion passed 5-0. Thank you. Mr. Attorney, back
Thank you,
over to
Mr. Chairman. Commissioners, the second item you have is a resolution that's been prepared for your consideration. It is very short and direct. It reads as follows: a resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Gulf County authorizing the administration and the building department officials for the proper review and issuance of temporary building permits upon application from those Gulf County property owners affected by the recent local emergency declaration and Tropical Storm Cindy and the public safety and property protection issues created. It provides for an effective date. The high points are the Gulf County Board of County Commissioners recently passed a local emergency declaration, which you just completed, after consultation with the Florida Department of Environmental Protection officials and the Florida Statute 161. Whereas Gulf County seeks to expedite and assist those affected in Gulf County seeking immediate relief and protection of their coastal properties. Gulf County Board of County Commissioners, following the issuance of its emergency declaration, now retains statutory authority to issue temporary 60-day permits to those qualified applicants that meet the necessary DEP guidelines and requirements for placing or installing permissible actions to reduce erosion and the threat of their property loss. The authority of this commission and its instruction to the proper county officials shall assist and protect the property, public health, safety, and welfare of the coastal residents of Gulf County. Now therefore be it resolved by the Gulf County Board of County Commissioners that the above recitals are true and correct. Gulf County Commissioners instruct and authorize the county administration through the building department to issue temporary building permits and facilitate the assistance for the protection of those affected areas from the storm event and erosion to those qualified applicants that demonstrate a fully qualified and permissible installation or emergency measures as strictly defined by the DEP guidelines and specifically Florida Statute 161. That the Gulf County Board of County Commissioners authorizes these county officials to receive, evaluate, and analyze upon confirmation for all compliant measures to issue these 60-day permits to those applicants. That Gulf County requires that all applicants demonstrate to county officials not only current but a continuing active application to the DEP as called for by the statute and their guidelines for such permanent coastal construction activity and impacts. Gulf County Board of County Commissioners hereby direct county officials to temporarily waive the fees for such applicants through September 1, 2017 or sooner upon the repeal by this commission. It is set up for duly adoption today of July 12, 2017.
Thank you, sir. Okay, board members, you've heard the attorney on this resolution. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the resolution.
Mr. Chairman, could I have one
Sure,
question?
before we, sure.
Mr. Attorney, how do we arrive at the number of 60 permits?
60 days.
Yes, sir. It's 60 days and it's set by statute. So it can, there's no limit. You could have 100 in
Oh,
the
it's
next.
60
Yes, sir.
days?
It's 60 days, sir.
Yes,
I don't see the days part.
I'm sorry.
That you're right.
Yes, sir. It reads authority to issue temporary 60-day permits.
Okay,
So it's a
Good.
2-month, it's a 2-month permit that we're authorizing.
okay, good.
Unlimited amount for qualified applicants.
All right, gentlemen,
I'll make the motion to move forward with it.
we have a motion.
Second.
By Commissioner Quinn, second by Commissioner Rogers. Any other board discussion here? Any concerns in the audience? No concerns, no opposition, the motion passes 5-0 for the resolution. All right, Mr. Attorney, have anything else?
That is all for number 1, sir.
Do what?
That is all for number 1.
Okay, good deal.
Yes, sir. That's it.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, we have anything else before that concludes the order of business this morning? Anything else? Any of you commissioners, any of the commissioners, anyone on the staff? Anyone? All right. Thank you for taking this brief time to come out and be with us this morning. And
Sir, can I have 30 seconds of your time when it gets to the public for presentation?
on this,
That's nothing to do with what you're on. I thought you was closing the meeting. I'm sorry.
I am, but well, just a moment. Mr. Attorney, we have a gentleman that wants to address a subject. It's
Yes, sir.
not on this.
We don't have any public discussion. The commission certainly can suspend your current policy and your rules if you want to entertain public comment if it pertains to the issues. And, it's certainly up to the pleasure of the board if you wanted to do that, Mr. Chairman.
Gentlemen, any of you have any opposition to this
No, sir,
gentleman
I'm
coming up? I
in
think it'd
favor.
be
Yeah.
beneficial to all of us. So, all right, this time, Mr. Knox.
Yes, sir, you need a motion.
I misunderstood. I ain't got no comment on the subject.
No, I know this. I know what it is. Yes, sir. You come on.
We got to make a motion.
Wait a minute.
We need to make a motion. I'll make the motion to suspend the policy.
Good deal.
To enable that to come over.
Over here. Any other?
I say.
Motion passed 5-0 to where
Yes,
he's at.
sir.
Now, we got to get everything in order. Give the little lady your name over here, Tommy.
Tommy Knox, ma'am. Well, I'm the welding instructor at Port St. Joe High School, and I think I got a picture on them dartboards back there also. I'm here this morning with good news. I want to tell y'all from Port St. Joe High School welding program, the girls and the boys out there, appreciate our county commissioners. It's a hard job, probably the hardest one I ever had, and I've been in a lot of bad places in my life. So with that said, I want to give each one of you a little token of our welding hats that we can make business out here. Mr. Chairman, you get the special hat, sir.
Whoa.
Roger,
St. Joe, well, there you go.
Andy,
Appreciate it,
my
Mr.
good
Towers.
friend.
Yes, sir. Thanks, sir.
Chrome, how's the boys doing, sir?
Tommy, thank you, man.
That's Whitfield, good to see you, sir.
Thank you, Tommy, good to see you.
Y'all take care.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Tubman.
Thank you, Tony. I thought he was gonna give us an update on what our future plans are. All right, Mr. Attorney, I guess we're in,
Yes, sir, there's nothing else.
nothing else before the board. Again, thank you. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. We have it
Second.
right over here. I thought he was gonna talk to us about the welding program.